Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds Spatial Choice Edition. We are in the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve, and we're gonna explore this place. Also, gather up the rest of all the side quests that we need to get. We have one side quest, we have one faction quest, we have two tasks left in this area. Well, that can be found in this area. So we're gonna make our way up here.
Warning! Rock stuck in trap. Warning! Twig stuck in trap. Warning! Mangled sprat entrails stuck in trap.
Don't know what to tell you, Sam. What did it say before that? Wilderness something. Reserve. It said something else though. Alright. So tour guides. Illegal hunting supplies.
Gunther, I need to ask you something.
Who in the hell is Gunter? I told you to call me Hunter. Come on.
Oh, right. Hunter, have you seen a little mechanical wandering through here?
Oh.
Oh, hey there, stranger. Don't mean to interrupt your business,
quest?
but have you seen a stray mechanical wandering about?
I don't think I have, sorry.
Oh, that's not good. I hope she hasn't gotten herself into any trouble.
So instead of hunting wildlife, you're hunting mechanicals? Doesn't seem very fulfilling.
Oh, I ain't no hunter. At least not in the traditional sense. Wrenches always suited me better than firearms. A mechanical under my care up and wandered off, that's all. I gotta get her back before anyone notices that either of us are missing. The shopkeep says I should buy one of his rifles and go looking myself. But like my machine, I'm not combat inclined.
We can help her out, right? Won't take too long if we're on the job.
SAM units excel at finding dirt in hidden places.
I know it's a pain, but I think I need some outside help. Job or no job, I'm not leaving Betty out in the wastes.
I'll keep an eye out for any suspicious mechanicals.
Hey, thanks so much. It would have been mighty lonely without her. Being unemployed, I mean. Be lonely being unemployed. If you find Betty, try sneaking up and hacking her. If you can't do that, finding a way to stop her current routines should send her back home.
Okay. Hello, Hunter.
Welcome to Hunter Legal's Legal Hunter Supplies. I am Hunter Legal. How might I help you today?
I'm investigating the murder of House and Helen. Have you seen or heard anything unusual lately?
Unusual? This whole land complex is a failed wildlife exhibition turned hunting reserve. You can't go 10 feet without stepping in unusual. But I reckon you're asking about people unusual. I'd go have a chat with the prophet of profitability. Maybe she can intuit you in the right direction or something. But she is mighty far in the depths of the reserve. Perhaps you should purchase one of my fine armaments for the journey.
Is this really the best place for a shop?
Where better to sell hunter supplies than in the depths of the wilds, surrounded by creatures that are just waiting to devour you. I've got an excuse, but the prophet and her retreat don't, and they're even farther out. Prophet said I should gift her some rifles to improve my aura or something. I told her what she could do with her aura. Haven't spoken to her since. But you look like you're smart enough to not make the decision that she'll invariably regret.
Interesting name your shop has.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. It is a perfectly normal name for a shop dispensing hunter supplies.
If you say so.
The nerve of some people, I swear.
You see what you're selling.
Hunter supplies. Get your hunter supplies.
Alright, what do you have? Probably nothing I actually care about. I'll buy all those. Why not? So, can get rid of all of these. Alright. Workbench back here. Alright, let's see. Install a mod. So we already have a barrel mod. We need I want a magazine one. Yeah, the mag. This one. There we go. And then we have what we want for this. I don't want any fucking scopes. Yeah, we're good on all that. Okay, so we have the physical armor rating, augmented toughening. Oh, this gives me against everything. That's pretty good. Okay. What do I have on here? Electrocharged surface. No. It's the silver tongue kit, right? For this? Yeah, I don't have that either. And then carrying capacity. Which I think I do actually have. Oh, I guess I don't. Alright, do that. That one. $514 on that. Alright, well, I think I'm going to get rid of it. Well, let me see here. Modify. Alright, we'll get rid of that. Everything else is good for now. Byzantium tourists. Troopers. Alright, so yeah. Oh, hello. These are named.
sorry, but we're a little busy right now. I'm sure one of the other guys would be happy to
I
give
think
you a
this
tour.
is one of the quests as well.
Lawrence, do you know who you're talking to? We always have time for the inspector.
The inspector? That's you? I am so sorry. We didn't know what we were doing. We're so sorry. It'll never happen again.
Seems like a strange spot to loiter. What are you two doing?
Oh, Law. It's all over. I told you someone would catch on sooner or later, Belle.
Lawrence, let me do the talking here. Inspector, pay him no mind. I'm sure you've bigger saltuna to can than us.
You two hotel workers? Pretty far from the Grand Colonial.
Normally, yes, but we take guests out on live-action wilderness experiences for additional pay. You know, shoot a raft here, walk there. We're just between tours right now.
I'm not buying it. How about you just tell me what you're up to?
Buying? We're not selling anything. Especially since we're between tours.
Don't pay him any mind, Inspector. His upper story's a little gap-toothed, if you know what I mean. But seeing as you insist on sticking your... That is, since you're so curious, I'll fill you in on what we're doing. We, misplaced some people on our last tour. Misplaced them in the maws of some local predators. Now we're stuck here wondering how to get their room keys.
So you got your guests killed and all you care about are their room keys?
Hey, we all got our priorities. Not worrying about those keys ain't gonna bring their owners back from the dead. Anyway, the sooner we get those keys back, the sooner we can make it look like the ex-guests checked out early.
You're trying to cover up the deaths of the missing guests?
Wouldn't you? I mean, the dangers were all listed in fine print on the waivers they signed. Least they can do is not destroy our reputation when they get themselves killed. We knew sooner or later this was gonna happen. We've got some hush money tucked away. If you can get those keys for us, it's all yours.
Say I got you your keys. What's to stop me from telling your bosses what happened?
You kidding? You're welcome to.
Our bosses would want this situation resolved, just like us. We're the real victims here. The dead can't suffer anymore, but we can, and we will if we have to pay for all these lost keys.
You guys look like you need a break. I'll find those keys for you.
Did I just hear that right? The inspector is going to help us, Bill! Thank the stars!
We're not out of the woods yet. Let's just see what happens before we celebrate. We last saw the guests deeper in the wilderness, Inspector. That'd be a good place to look.
Alright. Just try not to lose any more guests to wild beasts while I'm gone. Okay, so... you can go find those room keys. Over here. Huzzah! On our lockpick is up to 150, which is good. All right. Let's see. Maybe I'll up the defense. A little bit, and then we'll do... maybe we'll do long guns. A few points in that. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let's upgrade the ability damage. I think we'll do that for Sam as well. All right. The perfect blocks. Dodge forward as well.
What was that? Object seems to be backwards.
Nothing personal, I swear.
These fucking guys. I don't care. Victoria Foxworth, huh? Is this guy hostile? No, he's not. There's like a building over here. Something over here.
Activated. Customer, all germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
All too many times by canids. No, I'm good. All right.
No cacao detected. Slug maintenance worker. No cacao detected nearby. Returning to slug maintenance worker.
Okay. I guess I'll do that when I come back. So there's a building up here. Okay. So we got, this is a camp. At one point. Whoever was here is now either dead or gone.
Cleaning efforts.
Alright, there we go. The Mantis Swarm. Abandoned restaurant. Okay. there's nothing there either, so just keep going forward. There's something over here. Cyrus Walgreen.
I don't know what it is you're looking for, stranger, but I reckon you better get. I've had about enough of you and your ilk coming by with your searching questions and expectant looks. I know you with those void-damned hunters, and I know what you want. Well, you ain't getting it.
Easy there, old timer. I come in peace.
No, please. Don't insult my dang intellect, stranger. Nobody ever visits just because they want to gab with old Cyrus. No, they either want to poach me out of my land or poach me out of my best friend.
Poach you out of your best friend. Are they a tossball player or something?
Ha! No, Kelly ain't no toss baller, though. I reckon she could put the toughest players to shame. It's good having someone like that around. She ain't the brightest bulb, but... well, can't say I'd have much reason sticking it out in this wilderness without her.
There are hunters giving you trouble?
Damn straight there are. Wish I could go show 'em what for, but I'm old. I gotta make sure I don't get Callie into no trouble. Two of us have lived on the reserve for years. Every so often, someone comes by trying to steal our land grant and evict us. We hold our own, but it's mighty agitating.
Oh, I already took care of those bloodsuckers. Shouldn't bother anyone ever again.
Ah! Oh, me almighty, you know how to bolster an old man's spirits. Oh, thank you kindly, stranger.
You're welcome.
Back, I see.
I guess talk to him again. You won't have to worry about anyone coming after you for a while.
Ah! Oh, me almighty, you know how to bolster an old man's spirits. Oh, thank you kindly, stranger. What is it?
I don't understand. Yeah, I was stealing, I didn't know. So I was taking it. So Callie was his primal. So is this like quest like glitched because I
What is it? All right.
I
No.
just want to get through this. Yeah, I think this quest is bugged. I might want to load my game.
Back it.
Ah! Oh, there we go.
Well, how can
Okay.
I forget? Oh, here's a reward for your trouble.
Maybe it's because she wasn't here. Back at you, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we got that done. I don't know why it was bugged, but that was strange. Alright, let me set, yeah, not ask for guests. I want to go here.
Industrial stain. been neutralized.
Heartless? I'm sure they're exaggerating.
Alright, well, that's that. Alright, so this is that right there. Let's go over this way. So where this circle thing is over here.
Activated. Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Alright, there we are.
On the job.
Okay, so it's like a terraformer type thing, but
Wrong tools for the job. Resistant to training efforts. Neutralizing effect on that toxin.
alright, so head over to this other thing over here. I'm assuming this big building is where the profit of profitability is. So Virgil Henderson. I think this is the last quest I'm looking for. Okay, hello?
What is this? Another soul willing to brave the dangers of the wilderness? How thrilling to find my paramour out here in the wilds. Virgil Henderson at your service. Board surprise auditor and fifth finest shot this side of Halcyon. Delighted to meet you.
Are you a hotel guest touring the reserve? Where are your guards?
Guards? Don't make me laugh. How could I conduct surprise audits with an entourage of companions? I considered establishing a base of operations at the hotel, but feared someone would spot me. Discretion is extremely important for one such as myself. I'm here to conduct a surprise audit of the local holy caves, Rizzo's lone leased property in the reserve. It is rather notedly empty. Worse, it seems the evacuation occurred without anyone filing the proper emergency paperwork. Tut tut.
Well, if there aren't any Rizzo's personnel in the caves, how are you going to audit them?
All Rizzo's facilities require consistent logging of work conditions. I suspect there will be information regarding the bunker during its prime, should I look into the right places. With all this in mind, there is a small issue. I actually conducted an investigation of this facility several years ago. Since my biometric data might still be registered, it's possible that my entering the facility would not be legally classified a surprise. It's a puzzle, to be sure.
I might be able to go in and conduct your investigation for you for a price.
An uncertain suggestion. There are no shortage of legal loopholes for freelance work. but I fear setting my work on the shoulders of someone I've never met before. I may be able to hire you, but let me ask you a question to see if you're fit to represent me first. How much do you know about free market economics?
A hell of a lot more than the people I steal from, that's for certain.
That's a sufficient amount of market knowledge indeed. I knew you were the right person for the job. Head into the holy caves and see what you can find. Keep your eyes open for journals, terminals, data pads, anything that might contain info about the operation. I'm counting on you.
All right. Well, we'll do that first, I think. A little setup here. Go.
Wrong tool for the job.
Kill all the fucking mantisaurs.
Bunker assessment. Overdue for cleaning. Initiating emergency deep clean protocol authorization code Apastron 5.
Alright, so I guess we're going inside these caves then. Alright. Canid host. Means they have the slugs too. Parasites. Okay. Speaking of parasites, there's some full ones in here. I hate the fucking slowdown. Alright, guess we'll go in here. What that's for. Kill an enemy with all 5 damage types. Hooray! Okay. Let's see. What's the one that got my... That'd be the defense. Yeah, I'm gonna put all 10 into defense at this point. Damn it. Okay, perks, let's see. Increased damage. Damage to science weapons. Yeah, okay. Carrying capacity from your companions. I think that's fine for now. Restore health when you kill an enemy. You deal increased weak spot damage. Of any flaws. Charges much faster. Alright, we'll do that. Oh. Monocle, huh? Guess we found something. Launcher 3. Up here. Discovered some fascinating qualities of iridium gigaseus. That's a slug, right? Versus parasites, internal biology is, for lack of a better term, highly modular. An elaborate system of organelles, nerve endings, blood vessels, and hormone receptors exists inside its flesh. When attached to a suitable host, the parasite behaves like a biological extension, a metaphor. Imagine shoving a bypass shunt into a terminal. The shunt is the parasite. The terminal is the host. Second, the parasite's nervous system houses a string of kernel-like cells capable of receiving and transmitting neurons. What are the implications? Thought manipulation? Thought control? Third, I've noticed an ambient reverberation in the parasite's nervous system during periods of intense electroactivity in the Eridanos atmosphere. The larger specimens display greater sensitivity. There is a direct correlation between the complexity of the parasite's nervous system and its size. Fourth, there seemed to be no upper limit to the size of these parasites. I theorize that these caverns may have housed a particularly large specimen. In accordance with company policy beginning taste/ingestion tests now, may the law protect my atoms. It's further away from us. Just checking on my Ring app about power outages and stuff. I was getting a notification of like a power outage thing. It's not me, obviously, but the pen. $533. Damn. Okay, so that's this side. Pickaxe. Let me get this bitch out. Go back here. Okay.
On the job. Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity.
Corporate authorized the name Iridanium gigaseus to describe the life form. Once we determine whether the creature is a viable flavoring agent, confection ingredient, or drinkable after fermentation, Rizzo's company branding department will provide a more consumer-friendly name. The life form is a parasite. Dissection reveals an incomplete system of rudimentary internal organs, a half-creature, an unfinished accident of orthogenesis. But how can this be? Eridanos is hostile to all life forms. Parasitism implies a rich biological diversity. I theorize that Iridanium gigaseus is not truly endemic to the Eridanos planet, but was created in the organic waste of the same terraforming system that operates the atmospheric complex. Slug. Yeah. Continuing my investigation, more reports to follow. Happy to be part of the Rizzo's family. Yeah, so it seems like Slug is responsible for this in the long run. They seem to be the responsible party. Okay. Parasite eggs. Do those go in the junk? Those going in here. I have one key card. Egg pod. There we go. Mr. Acid. It's below us? Okay. Oh, do I have to take this elevator down? I saw this like elevator right here, so. Oh, it's a Rizzo's lab under here. Okay. Even more suspicious. Okay. Nice job.
Putting trash in its rightful place for more than 70 years.
Ag pick. Alright, what do we got in here? A terminal. Query supervisor clearance. Access usage record supervisor clearance. Error report. Don't successful access. Isolate passcode. Memorize the passcode. Open last entry. To Amir Zhao, this is to inform you that Rizzo's has been notified of your expiration due to one or more of the following causes: violent physical trauma, accidental encounter with local fauna, severe physiological reaction to company and company adjacent products, destruction of company property. After careful review, Rizzo's Office of Human Resources has approved your dissolution of your indenturement contract. In accordance with Rizzo's company law, your closest living relatives will be rewarded the following. 1. Regulation-sized crate of Rizzo Spectrum Brown to be delivered within 6 to 8 weeks of product launch. Please note that as a gesture of gratitude for your service, your shipping and delivery fees have been waived. Your work on behalf of the Rizzo's Geological Survey team have proved invaluable in the development and upcoming launch of Rizzo's Spectrum Brown. Thank you for being a part of the Rizzo's family. We can't read it because he's fucking dead. And they said his family just created the Spectrum Brown. Whoop de fucking do. What do we have here? Lab notes. Run recovery routine. 556 files corrupted. 2 recovered successfully. Research notes on... I'm just going to call it EG. Research notes on EG. Number 1. I've completed my final round of total immersion, suspension, and exposure tests. As expected, EG dissolves in acid, burns in fire, and can be disintegrated or otherwise destroyed with in-rays or concentrated blasts of plasma. The creature is vulnerable when alone. However, bonding with a host evokes intensity protective behavior from that host. Safeguarding the parasite becomes the host's primary objective, even to the point of aggression and violence. The creature also seems well suited to long-term hibernation and immersion in a liquid suspension. Water and low-grade alcohols preserve the creature. Its metabolic systems, such as they are, slow to a halt. Once exposed to a host, the creature emerges from its dormant state and immediately attempts to attach itself to the host's nervous system. Long-term dormancy in alcohol solution may be prove useful to corporate. I'll prepare my report tomorrow. E.g. notes 2. The parasite seems completely incompatible with the common sprat. This is baffling and disappointing. I have a few theories. Sprat nucleotides are highly adaptive. E.g. is a half-complete creature. Adaptive mutations in sprat physiology render it a poor host to the parasite. E.g. has a particular and discerning sense of taste and finds sprats accordingly distasteful. Option 2 is ridiculous to me, but not strictly speaking impossible. Could both be true? I'm delirious. We'll delete in the morning. E.g. notes 3. Continue my search for more suitable hosts among common fauna. Very promising results from Terra rays. Their biological system is well suited to hosting the parasite. My theory? The parasite enjoys exposure to the atmosphere of Eridanos and may be manipulating the Terra rays into more frequent and aggressive flight. In every case, the parasite successfully manipulated production of hormones in the host's brain. I don't know how yet. The implications of a parasite manipulating its host troubles me. Its nervous system is exotic and difficult to understand. I can't quite shake the idea that the parasite does not require contact with its host in order to influence its behavior. A suitably large and complex specimen may be able to manipulate the mood of a sentient creature by proximity alone. Maybe, possibly. These ideas are unscientific and founded on my own anxieties. My nightmares have been muddying my thoughts. Should seek treatment too soon. So since they're like a half creature, they like require a host to become. I mean, I don't want to say full creature, but to like evolve to their full capabilities, which is why they typically seemingly take over people. Pick that up in a minute. The world is beautiful beyond compare. I can see colors I never imagined existed. The sky has a voice and singing to me. I see the truth now. I see everything so clearly, so perfectly. The storms of Eridanos are notes in a great cosmic orchestra. The stars are the choir of the universe. And every word they sing is joy. I can't seem to stop smiling. I don't want to stop smiling, ever. Well, that was horrific to read. Alright, well. Before we return the data pads, we're going to continue our trek through the lab here. So these are all the rooms of the doctors, or the people who worked here in the lab. Steal? There's nobody around to stop me from stealing. Or is there? This is a little creepy. It's like skulls and shit in here. Why is there like skulls and candles in here? What the hell's going on over in this part of the lab? Some bits. Go.
Nicely done.
Again, is it stealing if everyone's dead? There's a whole ass fire in here. Profit of Profitability Seminar. Oh! Hello? You're alive?
I'm going to absolutely murder the next quarterly report.
Hello.
By imagining wealth, I can evoke prosperity out of the universe.
Okay, well, enjoy doing whatever you're doing here, lady. Everybody else is dead, but... Just close that so she can't see us taking stuff.
Though effective as a pest control method, cyanide is not.
There's more people in here. I know it's stealing. Prophet Disciple Daily Schedule. Awaken, praise the prophet, listen to the prophet. Sweat house, meditation, lunch, hot cold training, stomach purging, dinner, stomach purging, medical attention, clean the retreat, beatings by prophet. Free time, disciple's choice, self-flagellation or meditation on productivity followed by no food next day, sleep. Well, that sounds awful. Okay, so this leads down to the broken side of the... There's like a bunch of sprats and shit. Take everything lying around in here. It's like a storage. Part of everything is like storage.
Great work.
Here we go. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna take anything in here. So there's a bunch of people in here. Into disciple.
It's not good enough to be.
Messages from Ruth Bellamy. Prophet, I've talked with my agents and they've told me that what I said about your seminars, are you not taking them, actually lost you about 30% of your revenue for the next 3 months with future losses projected. When I said I wasn't much interested in attending, I didn't realize that I'd hit you quite as hard as it hit you quite as hard as it did. Guess the price of stardom, everyone listens a little extra to everything you said. I'm hoping if you've got space, I might be able to attend one of your sessions today as a means of apologizing. I know that notice is short, but I'm hoping you can fit me in without too much inconvenience. Ruth. Lee Whitaker. Hey, Prophet, Whitaker here. Wanted to ask about how that mix of herbs I sent you has worked out. I was skeptical at first about using them for meditation purpose, but hell, what do I know about productivity? That said, but be sure to remember what I told you. Don't cut the herbs asymmetrically. It hampers the texture. Don't leave them out in the sun, and for law's sake, make sure you keep the smoke doses small. Last thing you want is to accidentally send somebody into a coma, or worse, kill them. Be smart, Whitaker. From your devoted attendees. Prophet, the other attendees of tripling profits through transcendentalism, transcendentalism? Yeah, transcendentalism. Okay. And I have reconvened, and we're all in agreement. Your seminars are simply top-notch. We've seen a 0.5 increase in each of our business in total profit since we attended your seminars together. Of course, the price of materials, shipping, and other costs involved, it boils down to more of a 1% increase, but that's increase is an increase. If you ever decide to visit the Grand Colonial, you simply must let us purchase you a round of drinks. Thanks to you, we certainly have the bits for it. Alright, so that's the Prophet. So if the Prophet's in here, then... How
to keep going? I can feel my internet.
Leah Mason.
Hello. Welcome to the Prophet of Profitability's Private Prosperity Retreat. Stay positive, and soon all your humors will be balanced. Least, that's what I keep telling myself. Anyway, I'm Aaliyah Mason. I work as the Prophet's right-hand woman. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about the retreat?
If you felt imbalanced and unproductive, linger in your malaise no longer. We have all the amenities and practices for calming the ill humors strangling your potential. Sit for hours in our sweat house and sweat them out. Or stand amidst burning coals and feel your productive inhibitions burn away. And remember, think positive. Positivity equals productivity equals profitability.
All right. Well, I'll talk to her later.
Thanks for chatting. It's been nice to find some way to occupy my time. Since the Prophet seems to be looking after herself a little more, I've been less occupied. She didn't tell me as much, but I saw her dragging away a large, heavy bundle out into the wilderness very late at night.
That sounds suspicious.
I suppose she was making a late-night laundry run. I'm surprised she had so much laundry, though. It seemed almost as if there could be an entire person in her bundle.
That seems like a very specific observation.
What can I say? Oh, I see. No, the idea of the Prophet dragging a corpse away from the retreat is ridiculous, and I wouldn't want to get her in trouble. Though, if it were discovered that she did something untoward, someone new would have to take her place.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm simply making conversation. And if that happens to help any, slug investigations into certain murders, all the better.
Okay, thanks. So the Prophet is right there. So then if she's in here, then I'm assuming this leads out to the... I don't know where this leads then. Yeah, okay, so it does. It leads to this, like, main building here. Alright, well.
Timeline discrepancy detected. Bye.
Timeline. Parvati's just in the screen. A semi recent set of tracks. Okay. To find human footprints in the wilderness, unusual for productivity, disciples to wander more than 50 feet from the camp.
Scanning.
Got an idea who made them?
Checking database of shoe sizes and height-weight ratios. Judging by footprint depressions and shoe size, these prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints were made by the Prophet of Profitability.
Okay. Well, currently I'd like to head back over here because I want to go turn this in. I want to do these side quests first. Let's just do that. I want to do these side quests first before we talk to her. So destroying more Mantisaur drones.
Excellent to see you again, my friend. Hope you've been keeping your head high.
I think I found everything.
What are these? Research data pads? Not quite what I expected. Let's see what they say. Parasites, caves, thought control. He did what now? Well, it doesn't look like any of this is in violation, but it is disturbing. And disturbing a surprised auditor is as foul as failing to file proper paperwork. Rizzos shall pay dividends for my psychological damage. Here's your reward, my friend. Your contributions to the field of surprise auditing shall not go forgotten.
Thanks. All right. So then we have the not ask for guests. All right, so guards out here. We go. Last words of Howard A. Kinsella. Though my wounds are fatal, I, as a Byzantine, must face my death with the same dignity in which I live my life. I hereby enclose the events leading to my demise. A tragic turn of fate separated me from my guides. The duo fled as our party encountered a single raptidon, the cowards. I, however, drew my rifle and felled the beast, but not before it sank its teeth into my flesh. I imagine I must have been the finest thing I had ever tasted in this wretched place. Perhaps my guides will find me before I pass, though I doubt those simpletons could find their way out of a cardboard box. I believe their names were Larry and Bell or something similarly mundane. To whoever finds this, please carry out my final wish. Pass on my rating of 1 out of 5 stars to the Grand Colonial. Guides were very unhelpful. Sincerely, Howard A. Kinsella.
Clean up the competition.
Boom! Okay. I've been poisoned. Go, another key card. Alright. What's this? 456? Holy shit, hold the fuck up. It's an even better rifle than what I already have. God damn. Well, we're going to have to upgrade that. Auto mag. Pistol hyper. Yeah, we're going to have to upgrade that. Okay, so...
Hey, Candy Canyon! I know this place. It's where they did Free Range Fixer.
Yeah, well, I don't know it. I don't watch all that shit. Seem like some abandoned buildings. Him in the face. Woo! There we are. Alright, well, we got it all. We can fast travel back here. We can turn in both of these quests. Turn this one in first.
Hey there. You find us those keys?
I savor the hide on there, past the archway in Candy Canyon. I have them right here.
That's all of them. You're a lifesaver and a half, Inspector. Lawrence, you got the bits?
Let's see, which pocket did I... Oh, they're in my hand. Here you are, Inspector. We'll make sure to put in a good word with our friends, too. I can't wait to put this behind us.
What are you gonna do now?
We'll wait here a little longer and start clearing out their rooms when the shift changes. Not sure what we'll do with their belongings.
Lawrence, we talked about this, remember? What belongings? Anyhow, thanks again, Inspector. Good luck with your investigation.
I should have just sent them out there. Anyway. Oh, Mildred.
Hey, I almost can't believe it. Betty found her way back. Here I was thinking I'd never see her again.
Oh, one malfunctioning mechanical as promised. She was trying to milk canids.
Oh, Betty, you big goof. What were you thinking in that little metal noggin of yours? You nearly worried me to death. And ain't you just the most reliable freelancer in the colony? Let me just take a look at Betty here and we'll talk about payment. Yep, that's right. Her parameters for movement and target acquisition are a mess. I'll bring her back to the garage and get her sorted out. Since Betty's back safe and sound, I'll be sure to let my coworkers know that you're a good one. Here's some money for your effort. Least I can do to show my thanks.
That's fine. Try to keep an eye on her this time.
Oh, I won't be turning my back on Betty again, believe me. Thanks again for all your help. You really saved us both from the edge.
Alright, so that's actually all of the like side quests and everything in the game. So now we just have to like main quests and stuff left at this point. So we're just gonna fast travel back here, and we'll go talk to the prophet of profitability.
Timeline discrepancy detected. Nearby.
Where?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
See, it seems like it's...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated with a pungent chemical mix. Warning: ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be harmful to your health.
I'm sure. Discrepancy amplifier, how would these most likely be used?
Prior analysis suggests these herbs reach peak effectiveness when users burn them and inhale the resulting smoke. Whether or not this increased effectiveness is good for an afflicted individual has yet determined.
Can you analyze the chemical these herbs were treated with?
Analyzing. Complete. Substance appears to be a mix of industrial solvents and various essential oils. Substances include woolly cow dander remover, sprat oil, and starship surface wax.
Taste it. Though the drives are difficult to chew, the flavor is less bitter than you would have expected. It's woodsy like triptychale with a singed aftertaste. It's actually slightly better tasting than your average can of salt tuna, though so are most boots.
Hypothesizing. Potential side effects from herb consumption. Most likely outcome, decapitation. Slight possibility of calculation error.
Alright, make note of it and let's move on. Hello.
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
I'm looking into the murder of Halcyon Helen. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Certainly, certainly. But first, I'd love to interest you in one of my productivity seminars. We'll free you of those potential hampering humors in a heartbeat.
Humors? I don't think I understand.
As science has taught us, the body is made up of two things, flesh and humors. These humors are semi-fluids that, when improperly balanced, may cause you to function inadequately. By signing up for my seminars, you can balance these humors for only mildly inordinate and repeat payments. Cancellation is subject to
I'm not buying anything from you, lady. Something about this seems fishy.
No, I assure you, we all bathe semi-regularly. That's probably just the compost heap we have our customers, seminar visitees, lie in. It promotes freeing oneself from one's body. But of course, no one need subject themselves to such repercussions if they don't cancel. Regardless, can I interest you in a seminar?
Sorry, Prophet. I don't think I can spare the time. I've got a murder to look into.
Yes, I understand the pressure of one's employment all too well. We've lately been looking into more ways to bolster the retreat stock of bits. But you needn't worry about how this little conversation is affecting my livelihood, brother. Please, take your time. I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother. How might I assist?
I'm gonna ask you some questions about Halcyon Helen. Please answer truthfully.
Oh? I'm surprised. I wouldn't think the two of us would have much to discuss about her. We may have had some terse interactions before her death, which I most certainly regret. But beyond those, well, never mind. What would you care to know?
You and Helen didn't get along, I hear.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. The media tends to exaggerate. I will admit that her remarks about my seminars were rather unfortunate. However, I certainly wouldn't sharpen any sabers over it, if that's what you mean to imply. I only do that when my clients skimp on their bills.
Did you contact Helen after you left the Grand Colonial?
I did not. She had no interest in my seminars, and I had no interest in attempting to convert a stubborn actress. Why would I have had any cause to engage with her further?
I read your terminal. I think I'd think real carefully before you lie to me again.
Well, I suppose that does complicate things. Whatever the case, I didn't care to mention Helen's change in decision because she never showed up. I don't see how it matters.
Well, I was going to ask her, where were you at the time of Helen's murder?
Why, I've been at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for quite some time now, as my disciples can attest. In fact, I haven't visited the Colonials since I arrived several weeks ago. Bad energies, you understand. I hope you now realize that I had nothing to do with Helen's demise.
Got some interesting herbs in here.
I'm pleased that you noticed. Excellent eye, brother. The compound they're treated with is my own invention, designed to unlock an individual's true productive potential when burned. I can't say any more. Trade secrets, you know.
They seem toxic. Toxic's gonna have to potentially kill someone.
None of my clients have ever complained, so I'm sure they're perfectly safe. Is there anything else?
I'm not gonna say that yet. You said you had no further interaction with Helen before her death, right?
Yes, that's correct. She made it clear that my seminars were of no interest to her. Well, I suppose whatever the case.
We did talk to her about that. That's all for now. I'm gonna talk to this woman again.
Welcome back. How may I?
Yeah. Do you know the Prophet well?
Of course. I've been studying under her for years. I know each of her techniques more or less by heart, and even have some variations of my own, such as the quintuple daily stomach purges. She's promised me that I'd be allowed to open my own branch of the retreat someday soon. Of course, I've been waiting on someday soon for coming up on 4 years now. I'm sure it's gonna happen anytime now.
For a positivity discipline, you sound a little less than enthused.
Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I had a cramp. It's better now. I mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis. But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be more chipper.
I was hired to look into Halcyon Helen's murder. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Oh my. Yes, this is important enough for me to delay my bi-hourly self-flagellation. Ask away.
The Prophet had some kind of feud with Halcyon Helen, right?
Yes, the circumstances there are quite unfortunate. For a time, the Prophet was completely despondent. Even the hot coal walks weren't buoying her spirits as they usually do. However, we recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
Spencer Woolrick?
Oh, you must have misheard me. I said high profile, not had profile. Mr. Woolrich comes by much too often to be worth mentioning.
Have you ever noticed any unusual behavior in the retreat lately?
Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day. At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I saw that she was deeply worried about something. No one saw her until the next day.
Where were you at the time of the murder?
I was here, at the retreat in the company of the other disciples and clients. I rarely have more than a few minutes of alone time. Which is fine, of course. I do what I do in the service of the Prophet, who will, I'm sure, reward me for my sacrifice. Eventually.
Alright, that's all.
Certainly.
Okay, so, we gotta go find this body now. I mean, it's possible that she is quite the Prophet is quite suspicious herself.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability.
Alright, well,
Timeline
I'm not gonna bother.
nearby.
Here they come!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Okay.
Judging by the
There was a
shape
body
of
here.
this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a number of hours, scanning for other details. Only additional signs of disturbance are a few marks in the dirt.
Corpses don't get up and walk away. There's no evidence of the body being torn apart.
Agreed. Likely theory, individual injured was unconscious, not dead, and walked away after awakening.
Strange. Just keep this in mind. Okay.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Detected additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability.
Alright, so now I guess we can see what that's all about.
Welcome back, brother. I'm delighted to extend my desire to aid you, brother.
I followed your trail. Well, someone said they saw you dragging a human-shaped lump into your yurt.
Who said that? I'll be sure to give them a special seminar on not needlessly implicating the person who puts food on their table.
I'm not going
It
to tell you
was a
that.
bundle of clothing, brother. Even productivity geniuses need to do laundry from time to time.
The quicker I get the truth, the faster I can leave you alone.
Yes. I suppose the more quickly we get off this subject, the better. I had a visitor, yes. But as it turned out, some of my productivity techniques were too much for them. I had to drag them out by hand. But their peers came and collected them shortly thereafter. I'm sure whichever attendee it was is perfectly safe now.
I followed your trail to where you dumped something in the wilderness.
Oh, really? What did you find there? What did I dump?
There was nothing there, but by its proportions, I'd say a body.
Clever work, Inspector. It seems even I can't slide my way out of the trap you've so intricately weaved. I admit it. I killed Helen. By mistake. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her, though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead. After that, I entered a
Obviously, that's not
less
true.
than coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
Did you shoot the body at any time?
Laws, no. I hate guns. If I ever wanted to kill someone on purpose, I would have used a blunt weapon. Nothing quite like clubbing someone over the head.
The wilderness. She didn't dump the body at the Grand Colonial?
Do you jest? The guests at the Colonial eat no shortage of strange things, but I think corpses are perhaps too strange. The creatures of the wilderness are much less picky. Besides, the hotel is ridiculously far. I couldn't have made it all that way without someone realizing I was dragging a corpse.
Actually, I don't think you killed anybody. Certainly not Helen.
What? Is this some kind of joke? You're an inspector. It's your job to arrest me, isn't it?
Halcyon Helen's body was found at the Grand Colonial. She was killed there.
I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie. Get me to reveal my productivity secrets.
Look, if Helen's body wasn't where you left it, she must have awakened and walked away.
No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. One of my business rivals, waiting for me to fall into a false sense of security so they can strike.
The only thing you've done is be completely negligent.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. Someone else learned that I killed Helen and is going to use that information to blackmail me. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned.
The constable's dead. The constable's dead, but I guess if you want to be in prison, I can oblige you.
Yes. One step ahead as always, shadowy corporate figures. You'll never get my secrets. Never.
All right. So, all right. Well, let's get back to... Get out of the way, lady. Let's get back to the room and... turn this in. Good God.
Inspector?
I finished my investigation into Jasmine Leva, the prophet of profitability.
Ms. Leva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. The profit business has been profitable for the hotel. Not so much for Ms. Leva's followers. So, tell me, what did you find?
I think she's a fraud and a cheat.
Ms. Leva's techniques have no basis in modern science, but she makes bits hand over fist. If that makes her a fraud, then she's only as fraudulent as our corporate leaders. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murderer?
I'm still considering my options, but no, I doubt she did it.
I'll bear that in mind. Thank you for the update, Inspector.
Right.
I'll include everything you've told me in my official report.
Okay. Okay, well, let's do this first. What was I getting up? I was getting defense up. That's right. Sick of having all the negative effects. Alright, so Ellie... Let's see. I don't think I have a pistol. First of all, let's go to Parvati. Jeez, this is like 263 to 394. What does this do? 369. So I'm keeping that one. So I'll give her that. Okay. I mean, I can get rid of these. All right, so for Ellie, she's 348. Well, I like Nyoka more, so I'm going to give her this. And 295, we're going to give her the Auto Mag Hyper Pistol. And then we'll do ability damage. All right, Felix. I'm going to give him the no, I think we'll let him keep that. 348. It's 340. It's 266. Companion the ability damage. Ellie 295. Let's see. 295. You know, I'm gonna give her this. I'm gonna give her this shotgun. And then ability damage as well. And 263. I'm gonna give him this grenade launcher. And then we'll do the ability damage for him as well. Sam has what he needs. Okay. So let me get rid of that. We have the Utter Buddy, which is a science weapon. Just stick it near the bolt and the wrench needs to settle. I don't even know what this does. That's fucking weird. All right, so we have the Utter Buddy science weapon. I think there's probably. I mean, I would assume that the Neither is going to be a weapon as well, but I don't know where we would get it. It's probably part of the main quest at this point. Attacks with this weapon have a chance to magnetize its targets. To short delay, other enemies are pulled to the target. The chance for this to occur increases with the wielder's science skill. Okay. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. We're going to get rid of all three of these. And I'm going to get rid of one of these. But I'm going to go to the... We have the workbench in here. Alright, let's see. So... Fun Times Barrel, Shock, and the Extendo Sight. Okay, so Fun Times Barrel. There's Plasma, magazine size, in-ray, do Shock. Alright, tinker with this as well. I probably want to... 56. Put that in there. And we gotta pair these guns. Alright, Tinker, Hyper. That's already at 600, Jesus Christ. Alright, so we had the augmented thing on here. So Silver Tongue, backpack, and an electrocharged surface. It's like a flash. Well, that's actually sounds kind of cool. I'll do that. Silver tongue. And then backpack. Yeah, backpack. Very good. Alright. I think I will wear that then. Get rid of that. I'm going to save that, though. I'm going to put that on the ship. As for everything else, I mean, keep that like that for now. Tinker. I did have vending machines in here, didn't I? Or no? Maybe not. Was there any here? No. Okay, so let's go look at suspects. So I don't think Birdie did it. I think that Birdie, in all honesty, like, I'm just gonna take a step back. So in terms of all the people here, I don't think it was Birdie. I mean, he had a bad temper, and he was angry that they broke off their relationship, but I don't think that he actually killed her. I think that he loved her too much to do so. The Prophet, I don't think, killed her because she thought that she killed her, and I think that Helen ended up getting up and then walking away. So she thought that she was dead, so I don't think, and obviously she didn't shoot her or dump her body in the hotel. So I don't think the Prophet killed her either. I don't think that Cedric killed her because Helen made him money. She was more useful alive. She was more useful to him alive than dead. So I don't think it was the Prophet. I don't think it was Birdie. I don't think it was Cedric. I don't think it was the mascot either, because the mascot was just here for Birdie. I don't think it was a mascot. That leaves Cedric and Burbage. Now, we do know that Helen was shot in the back of the head, which, when we examined Burbage, we know that his gun was upgraded so that he could fire much faster, which means he more than likely could have shot her in the back of the head. We also know that Spencer was in there at the time. He poisoned her, but maybe more or less didn't kill her. It's possible, though, I feel he's the most likely suspect because of what we read. He had poisoned her. He had every reason to kill her, and also he was jealous that she had the penthouse suite. Now, on top of it, he also had expressed that if she had been out of the way, he would be able to do the unveiling for Spectrum Brown himself, catapulting his career more. I honestly think that the suspect is Spencer, because I feel like everybody else didn't have either, like, for example, even though Birdie had an attitude, I feel like he actually does love her too much. Cedric didn't kill her because she was more useful to him, she was more useful to him alive. And the Prophet thought that she had killed her, but actually didn't kill her. So I definitely think she's the least likely. So I think it's probably Spencer. In terms of the people who are dead, here's the other problem. The other problem is that Halcyon Helen is only one person that's dead. Spencer could have killed Halcyon Helen, but to have killed Constable Keene and Dr. Blossom, that seems unlikely. Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene seem more likely to have been killed by people related to Slug, which means that Cedric could be the person behind the deaths of Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene. Do I necessarily think that he did it himself? Not necessarily. Now, is it also possible that Burbage could have been the one to kill Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene? Maybe, but those mechanicals, they don't move very quickly. So I don't necessarily know if it was him either. Consider the Eridanos atmospheric complex. Authorities place lockdown on all incoming and departing spacecraft. You, as far as you know, the only exception. Look at the Prophet retreat. It's a retreat in the wilderness, not far from the hotel. I mean, I don't really know what any of this has to do with it. I mean, I know that Halcyon Helen was in virtually all of these places, so additional evidence. I mean, there's Dr. Zhao's logs, which indicate, talking about the slugs, the parasites, right, and their effects in products. The model Needler gun, we know that the Needler has been the murder weapon for multiple victims. In all honesty, my real inclination here is that I don't feel that anybody on this board is the killer. Now, my gut feeling says that it doesn't. I honestly don't think it matters who we're going to actually. I don't think it actually matters who we name as the suspect. Because, in all honesty, I feel like the suspect is going to be a different person. Now, it could be that the suspect, the murderer, is actually Ludovico. But I don't necessarily know if that's it either. I think that there's multiple things going on that we don't necessarily have the answers to. The first of which is who not only killed Dr. Blossom and the constable, but also who killed Helen. The second question is this parasitic slug thing. What is its connection to Rizzo besides it's being used for products, and how is it being spread so easily? And third, who is trying to stop me from investigating if none of these people are actually the suspects? If Ludovico wanted, right, for me to not investigate, and he sent those slug enemies at us, then he would technically be the suspect, but he's obviously wanting us to find out who the murderer is, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it's him.
Inspector?
But we're going to have to name somebody.
I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helm?
You did. Yeah, see, like I guess I could say he did. I don't think it was Birdie. I don't think it was Jasmine. I mean, here's the thing. The thing is that if the killer is somebody who killed all three people, then it would be possible that Ludovico is the killer because, one, he had the ability to kill Halcyon Helen. Two, he would have had the ability to kill the doctor because he has people that could go out to there. And the same thing when it comes to killing the constable. I actually think that perhaps I should name Ludovico in this because he has the most resources. All these other people possibly have connections to one thing, but I don't necessarily think it was Spencer. I don't know. I feel like if I say this, though, it's going to be kind of ridiculous. Because, like I said, I don't necessarily think that it really matters. I mean, if we're looking at just who killed Halsey and Helen, I think that it's probably Spencer.
Really? Spencer Woolrich killed Halcyon Helen? As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, that sounds like the highlight of his
He did want her out of the way.
What makes you think it was Spencer?
I mean, he did try to poison her.
Yes, he did. That Spencer Woolrich intended Helen's death is irrefutable. Walk me through your reasoning. What happened on the night of the murder?
I mean, he had help. I think Burbage 3001 was involved.
Burbage? The auto-mechanical? That's a curious deduction. What makes you so sure?
Burbage is a modified security mechanical. They usually have plasma weapons.
An interesting observation. Woolrich used Burbage to kill Helen on his behalf. I'll make a note of that in my report. All right, Woolrich clearly had a plan to kill Helen. He had motive and he had intent. What happened in the ballroom?
I don't know if he knocked her out. I mean, the security cameras were off at the time, so he probably used the moment to kill Helen, but I think Burbage did it. So he knocked her out, then orders Burbage to fire on Helen. I mean, that's my best guess.
Board law clearly states that automechanicals are incapable of acting on their own volition. I'll make a note that Burbage 3001 was used as a murder weapon. It's clear to me that Spencer Woolrich murdered Halcyon Helen. I appreciate your help, Inspector.
But I mean, yeah, I haven't even given any real evidence. It's all circumstantial.
You've given me enough to clear this institution's name in the eyes of the colony. That's all I ever asked of you. We're done here. Spencer Woolrich killed Halcyon Helen. If he thinks Aetherwave critics are harsh, he hasn't seen the Labyrinth's inmates. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrols. The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here right now.
Sorry, trying to kill you. Shit, don't let me get in their way. I'll be right over.
Now, Inspector.
That's what I'm doing.
Damn it. Someone's interfering with my transmission. Can you read the...
There's no answer. So, guys, should we help him out, or...
Whoever the real killer is. I got a feeling they're going after Mr. Ludovico. We need to catch up to him. Fast.
I guess, if we have to. Getting kind of tired of kicking my heels up in the penthouse all day.
All right. I got nothing going on.
We should definitely go. As for helping him, maybe we take the wait-and-see approach?
From the depths of Terra 2 to the heights of Eridanos, there's no mess that your SAM unit can't unstick, unclog, or unsully.
Think of this as an opportunity to teach Mr. Ludovico the importance of compassion.
All right. Well. The lobby, please. Where are we going? Back to the distillation place. Yeah, these security guards doing a real good job. Oh, we got... Woohoo! Nasty slugs. Oh, these guys are fucked up. All right. Right. We'll use this. Oh, shit! She's alive! You wait, what?
I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just
And shooting, too.
standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen.
She set up her own death? She faked her own death?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders?
No, that's a fair question. You want to explain how you're still alive?
Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the Aetherwave industry. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
Oh my god!
Her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right
Her sister was murdered!
Malfunction. Comprehension module is imminent for overload.
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony...
Let me guess. The slugs?
Paid the price.
Feigned shock. Administrator Ludovico, a murderer and a coward? Why, never.
Call me a murderer all you like, Inspector, but I'm no coward. I bloodied my hands to save this colony. I'd do it again if it means defending Halcyon's future.
Yeah, she's talking about the parasites, isn't she?
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want
Yep.
to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
Yep.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host, a bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again.
They're not symbiotes. I've seen the way the infected behave.
A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent.
That was you in the labs. You killed Dr. Blossom.
Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy.
I know you killed the Rangers mascot.
The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes.
I found him rummaging through your things.
That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico's side, just like the others. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them.
Killed Constable Keene? She was on your side.
She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot.
I've heard enough.
You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness.
Dude, fuck that. I'm not infecting everybody.
A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in...
Ew, no.
We can make that happen.
Fuck that. Helen, even if you did kill a bunch of people. Yeah, no, Helen, I'm with you. Ludovico's out of his fucking mind.
Wow. I can't believe we're running with Halcyon, Helen.
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous. Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close.
Let's move. Okay, well, I probably want to get my medical up. I want to get that up to 60. What do I want? Drop in vendor prices. Companion crit chance. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. The extra damage. Alright, so I think we're going to pause it there, and then when we come back, we will we'll escape with Halcyon Helen, and we'll go take down... I should have known it was Ludovico the whole time. I mean, I did kind of deduce it, but... I don't know. I don't know if naming him would have been kind of useless, so... you know, it's whatever. All right, so yeah, we'll save it. I'll save it there, and then when we come back in the next part, we will we'll continue on with Escape. Take care, everybody. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.